Okay, so in exercise 7.3 we need to implement a function called last difference, which takes two tuples as input arguments, and then it should output the difference between the last elements of each of the tuples. And we have a test here of what it's supposed to do, and I think I'll start by just copying the test so we have that in the clipboard, and then I'll go here to my files and find last difference, because I want to call the function using this input. And then I think I'll just return the difference. I need to somehow compute this difference. And what I want to do, the reason why I insert the return statement is because that allows me to insert a breakpoint, because breakpoints can only be put on lines of code. And then when I start the debugger using run debug Python file, it'll start running the program. It'll call the function here with the values in the problem. Then it'll start running the last difference function with these two input arguments set as the tuples. Eventually it'll hit this breakpoint and stop, and that'll allow me to start working on the problem in the debugger, which I think is a more convenient way of solving these kind of problems. So that's what happened here. The debug has stopped, and now I can go to the debug console and I can check that A has the right input value and B has the right input value. Okay, so we need to compute this difference. So how do I do that? Well, I need to find the last elements. But remember that tuples behave exactly the same as list, so I can just do that using the -1 indexing, which is like allows the Python indexing wraps around, and what that means is that if I go backwards, I actually start from the end. So I go one step backward, and that brings me here. So that's why this is 17.6. So the way I could solve this is that I could say A last element minus B last element. That will compute the right difference. I copy paste it. I define this difference variable as this, and I think that should solve the problem. So, sorry, I pressed next when difference wasn't defined, so I just stopped the debugger, and that should actually do the trick. So I think I'll just copy out this line. Not that I think it'll matter in this case, but let's just do it. Go to the test and see if it works. And it does. So that's how we could solve this problem, which illustrates how we can use indexing in tuples.